Well, are you having trouble with your Petri effect or your alcohol inks and it's getting frustrating? Well, as you know, if you've been watching my videos, I'm the same. I've not been able to do them. I never get the results that I want, but I've been having lessons. So I'm going to go through what I've been learning today with you, and hopefully it's going to help you. I did ask the person who I've been having lessons off, Claire Holloway, if that was all right, and she said absolutely. Now, Claire is brilliant, and I'll talk about her a little bit later, but I will link her website down below, because if you're watching this video but you don't want to make them, but you would like to buy them, then Claire sells them. She makes some beautiful pieces. I mean, look at that. I don't expect mine to come out as good as that today. And she sells them. It's called the House of the White Rabbit, so I will link that below. Thank you, Claire. Thank you for your lessons. I hope I'm going to do you justice today. So Claire recommends using the T-Expert Crystal Clear Resin, and so that's what I'm going to be using. Again, links to everything will be in the description below. I'm going to mix this up. It's a 1-to-1 resin. If you can see, I'm actually working also on a heat mat, which is under here, because that's what also Claire recommended me to do when we had our lesson. So the first thing I was doing wrong, my mold wasn't deep enough, and this is a really nice deepish mold, so I was trying to do it into shallower mold. My heat mat isn't on yet. I won't be doing that yet. I won't be turning that on. So I've got my resin mixed up now, and what I'm going to do is pour these in nearly to the top. I have degassed this resin as well from where I mixed it up, just to save me a bit of time. And that's the other thing I was doing as well. I was putting far too much resin. I was filling it right to the top, and that means the surface tension was keeping the resin in shape. So I'm leaving it about 2 millimeters from the top of each one of these ones. No, probably 1 millimeter, actually, not 2. But this one is too full, and that's what I mean by the surface tension. It's got an arc to it. So I'm going to take some of that resin out of that, put in that one, because that one's slightly not got enough. There we go. And now what I'm going to do is, before I go ahead and do anything, any little bubbles that have come up, I'm just going to pop those. I'm going to be using a sinker that is designed not to take it all the way down to the bottom, but to take it only to the middle. And it's this one. Again, I will link it in the description below. And my previous problems were I was putting far too much alcohol ink and far too much sinker in them, and as a result I was causing myself problems. So what I've got here now is a metallic gold. I'm just going to put a little bit of that in there and a little bit of the blue here, and then in this negative space, which is what Claire taught me to do, I'm putting a bit of white, so it's not actually acting as a sinker, and then putting a bit of white there, and that will act as a sinker. And now that's all I have. Normally I would flood that with alcohol ink and things where you don't need to. So I'll show you what I mean again. This time I'm going to be using I think this is red, so 1, 2. Then I want to use an orange, 1, 2, 3, and there's a little bit of negative space there, so I'm going to put a drop of white there. But I'm also going to put 3 drops of white here. And then just let them do its thing. Where before I was flooding it, I was getting all muddy colours, all that sort of thing, and it was causing me lots of problems. Now I'm using some metallic alcohol inks as well, because I quite like the look of those, although they don't seem to really strong in colour. Maybe they are, maybe it's just me. And again, I'm going to put 3 drops there, and then the rest I'm going to put a little bit of white there, the sinker there, and use it as a colour, and then one over there like that, and let that do its own thing. So they're the problems that I would having before. Because I was flooding it all, it was getting all sticky, it was sinking really low, I was getting white bits underneath, and it just was not working out. Claire really has helped me. So she's, like she said, just pop it a little bit on the sides like that. Just do a bit of silver here, 2 drops there, 2 small drops, don't need big drops there. I'm going to put some white in the middle, which should push those colours to the edge, and then a couple of drops on this, each one of these ones that I've just done, but none on that one, and let it do its own thing. So I'll fill these up in all the same sorts of ways, then I'll come back and I'll show you what Claire had said to me to do next. I can't wait. So I've got those all filled now, and what I'm going to do is, the reason I've got the heat mat here is for 18 minutes, I'm going to put this on a medium heat, and I'm going to time it for 18 minutes. So I'm going to set my watch now, and we can come back to it. And that should then kind of set these colours in place and let them do exactly what it is they need to do. So these have got the 18 minutes now, and what I'm going to do is go in and swirl them. And I've got a micro brush here that I took the little brush tip off, and I'm going to be using that to swirl them. And what I found was, through talking with Claire, is that I was over swirling. I was doing too much. So I need to stop that. I'm going to go in, do my little swirls, and then twist it out, and then just wipe the tip off. And then I can decide when I look at each one how I'm going to swirl it. And that way, I'm also still going to keep some of this negative space in it. Now, Claire is one of my members. If it hadn't been for the membership group, I would never have known about this or Claire. So if you'd like to become a member and benefit from all the wisdom, support, and group chat and everything that we have, then please feel free. The link for that is in the description below, and we would love to have you in there. The other thing is, which Claire taught me, is not all of them always work out every single time. Some of them come out beautiful, and then others you're just not so happy with. And that's not to be worried about. I think we give ourselves far too hard a time as crafters and artists at times than we should. I think we're our own worst enemy. So there we go. Now I'm going to leave those to cure up. I am going to leave them on the curing mat on a medium heat and let them cure up. And then I'll show you what they look like. Hopefully there'll have been lots of improvements. If not, then Claire might slap me. Well, these have all cured now and they're ready to take out. I'm a little bit nervous. I don't know why. I don't want to disappoint Claire, I think, after all the time she's taken. So let's take these out. Oh, look at that. So I am finally getting it right. That is really come out. Maybe I was a little bit heavy-handed there with the silver. Other than that, look how pretty that is. And you have got the Petri effect here. Don't forget, we can't get them all right. That's the thing. Oh, and that one's come out really pretty too. I like that one a great deal. And again, we got a little bit of the Petri effect there because we didn't put the white all over everything. We used it as a colour as well as trying to get the Petri effect. Again, that silver is obviously quite a lot heavier than the rest of the colours, and so it's fell through. So maybe I need to be a little bit less heavy-handed with that. It's come out really pretty. Again, the gold there has gone a little bit heavier. So the metallic colours definitely are quite a bit heavier, and that one has got more Petri effect in it as well, but I quite like it. None of the white has sunk right the way down because I've used that medium depth. Although it has sunk in that one, the gold and the silver, but I like the overall effect. Come out really well. This mould is superb. I've used it quite a bit. That one has come out really well. A lot of depth in that. And the Petri effect has started there as well. Definitely going to be having a lot more fun with this and doing a lot more experiments now. So I hope you've enjoyed it. That is my favourite one. I think that is beautiful. I really like that. I think that would look nice with a black back on it. There we go. Really, really pleased with them. I wouldn't say any of them are disasters, which is so unlike me, because normally they're all disasters. I love that one. I love that one. If you were having the same sort of issues as me with your alcohol inks and your Petri dish effect, then the tips and tricks that I've just given you are really going to be the thing that helps you out, because they've certainly helped me out. I've never created anything this beautiful with alcohol inks. Thank you to House of the White Rabbit, Claire Holloway. If you want to learn more about making jewellery that really is a good side hustle, then check out the video that's coming up now. Move that like button, hit that subscribe button, but most of all, enjoy your resin. Take care. Bye.